Imagine your headmaster does something that enrages you. The instinctual response would be, hit him. You know, that's what you do when you're in a rage. That's built in. That's the hardwired tool for living kind of response that you don't need to learn. But with thinking, you're able to imagine what will happen if I hit him. Well, I'll get into trouble, bad trouble. I'll be expelled. So the rage that the headmaster caused just gets compounded by these new problems that would occur, I imagine, I think, if I were to hit him. So I think up some other way in my mind, some other way of getting at the headmaster without being caught in the end. Like I might, for example, decide, while nobody's looking, I'll go and let down his tires. So I give expression to my instinctual emotion. It still lies there beneath the surface, still motivates my intentionality, but in this flexible, nuanced way, thought through in the virtual reality of my mind, I've come up with a better solution. That's the sort of thing that thinking is. That's how thinking works. Where does this happen in the brain? It happens in an anatomical region known as the prefrontal lobes. There are two aspects to the prefrontal lobes. In their lower, deeper parts, they inhibit. In their higher, outer parts, this virtual, imagined type of acting takes place. The lower, deeper parts are called the ventromesial quadrant of the frontal lobes, and the higher, outer part is called the dorsolateral quadrant of the frontal lobes. This part of the brain enables us to think by enabling us to not do what our instincts impel us to do. Interestingly, this is the origin of free will. I hope you can see. This is the origin of the philosophical concept of free will. And actually, physiologically speaking, it rests upon a free won't, the ability to not have to do something that you're compelled instinctually to do. Inhibition lies at the heart of free will. I hope you can see how what I've described to you enables you to own your own intentionality. I won't do that. I'm thinking about all the outcomes. I've realized these are bad ones. This is the best one. I choose to do this thing. It's this concept of the ownership of your own intentionality that's absolutely at the heart of the philosophical concept of agency. This is my intentionality. That property of agency, of ownership, applies not only to the intentionality, it applies also to the consciousness and to the subjectivity. I am the subject of my mind. These conscious experiences belong to me. Can you see that in what I'm saying, I'm introducing a new and also very important aspect of the concept of agency, which is that it involves reflexivity, the ability to look back upon yourself, to be aware of your own awareness, to be aware of your own subjectivity, to be aware of your own intentionality. This requires you to see yourself as an object. So the subject re-represents itself as an object and looks back upon itself, which requires an abstracting of yourself from the first-person raw basic experience that characterizes the more rudimentary, more primal layers of the mind.